was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
So as I read the news story surrounding the allegations against Jay-Z, right? I came across a thread in an article. And I bookmarked because it's pretty obvious what they were on. She said, it's time to expose Jaguar Wright's line and why she specifically has a vendetta against Jay-Z. They say it all started in 2020. Jaguar Wright had no issue with Jay-Z or Beyonce. What she wanted was for Jay-Z to put her back on the map and let her relive her glory days by doing a 20-year anniversary special for his Unplugged, which aired in 2021. The 20th anniversary was 2021.
I just feel like at this point, can't nobody get close enough to them to even.
I mean, everybody can get got to. The question is, how do you want people to come?
That's true.
Do you want people to come with grace and humility and love and respect and integrity? Or do you want niggas to come like ODB?
Not like Old Dirty Bastard.
Like a whole Park 8. You know,
I don't think they want that.
We gotta learn to give honest conversation an opportunity before pop off. I ain't got no problem with the Carters. I ain't got no problem with billionaires. I can learn from a billionaire.
True. Now that's true. That's true.
The rest of the personal matters, they're personal matters. But all I'm really about right now is that creating and sustaining and supporting that institution.
Yeah.
So me and Mr. Carter have unfinished business. And there's a whole generation that need to see that moment celebrated on television one more again. It's just going to be difficult because of the roots, you know?
Yeah. I look, believe me.
Because they'll probably all be in jail by the time the 20th anniversary comes.
So when the anniversary arrived and it never happened and didn't acknowledge it, she became manic, right? Let's check it out. All right. So they got all the receipts.
Motherfucker.
This shit make you like crazy.
I helped make you, Sean Carter. I helped make you. Fuck you. You don't want to acknowledge Unplugged? Acknowledge this shit. Produce the fucking commission. Produce it. Produce you, motherfucker.
This shit make you like crazy.
I helped make you, Sean Carter.
You helped make Hov? Make another Hov. Did you write Reasonable Doubt? He tripping now. All right, so the highlight of her life was being on stage with Jay-Z, and she developed a crush. Now, come on. I don't know what it is. Like I said, this is Beyonce's receipt. When he didn't acknowledge Song Cry, she made it her mission to slander him and take credit for his career.
You know, everybody sits there and they look at Beyonce, Knowles Carter, and I think they forget that before her, there was me. I think people forget that part. I think people forget that before Sean Carter became who Sean Carter became, there was a concert called MTV Unplugged when he was still just a corner boy drug dealer trying to make it into corporate America. And the performance.
Hold on, you mean 2001 Jay-Z? I had to pause. Jay-Z was a corner boy? Nah, come on, man.
That Jaguar Wright gave was so pristine that it allowed corporate America to see him as something other than what he was. I think people forget that part because you can't say Jay-Z Unplugged without saying Jaguar Wright. And more importantly than that, is it possible that maybe everyone's missing the fact that maybe I helped make him?
Bang, bang, bang.
What's the obsession with taking credit for making people? It says she started to constantly compare herself to his wife, Beyonce, and make claims that he was in love with her. The problem is her lies have started to unravel because she can't remember them, and she has debunked her own words. Here she said again that she didn't sign a contract.
And maybe I just didn't want to sign that contract with my own blood, like Beyonce Knowles Carter had to do. See, all money ain't good money. I could be just like her right now, doped up, drugged up, being pulled out the stable to make more money for my pimp.
And it seems, yeah, if this is a timeline of her speaking, and it seems to be, things are starting to get more harsh than I want to work with y'all. I can learn something from a billionaire. If these people are all of these things, you should have never, ever wanted to be on stage or near them in the first place. That's inconsistent. So then here, 2 years ago, she claimed she signed a contract and took a blood oath. The opposite of what she's saying now. It's inconsistent. Let's check it out.
I should have never signed that non-disclosure agreement, but I did. I took the blood oath. And so did my first husband.
Whoa.
And
you gotta be consistent. You gotta be truthful. You gotta remember, because the truth doesn't change. All right, so she's becoming more and more obsessed with his wife too, Beyonce, singing her songs, comparing her looks, and claiming her life.
Solange wrote this shit. Beyonce could never write this. Hey.
Set the scene, 3,000 degrees. I ain't worried about them open.
Free Solange. Solange is a monster. Solange wrote all Beyonce hot shit. Tina knows, be a better mother to your daughter. She a monster.
Never thought that.
The obsession is real.
We could become someone.
Solange is the true talent. That's probably because she the only one that ain't been prostituted.
That's the way. Every single morning I try to pray.
Hey.
Grandmama and them, they never forgot. Nothing else really means
Nothing to me. I ain't studying the beat.
Okay, even if these allegations that she's speaking on is true, right? I still feel bad for Jaguar. Whether this is true or untrue, she is clearly obsessed with the lives of others. And you know, the support she gets from you all is because you all are obsessed with the lives of others too. Famous people, celebrities, people with lots of followers. Even if, okay, and Jaguar is so talented. The only thing I want to hear or see from Jaguar is her on the stage blowing vocals.
World sees Jay-Z Unplugged so they can see why you decided to line me up and put me aside so you could put the bitches you can control over me. Does your wife look like this without makeup? Your wife don't walk through our house without a filter on. That bitch puts on makeup to make eggs. I don't. Most of the time, I don't even wear makeup at all. I like the way I look.
She starts to target Beyonce more and more and push the rumor that Jay-Z had a mistress that was pregnant with Blue Ivy, and they carried her off. What? Here's the issue. She has changed this story significantly 3 times. The first time she claimed Blue was Beyonce's child from IVF.
Did she really give birth to Blue Ivy, or is that Solange?
I know, everybody knows. And ain't nobody seen that surrogate since.
So who's Blue Ivy real mama?
Well, I believe it was all in vitro. It's Beyonce's egg.
Okay. She
Y'all
was
just
in
remember back at that time, she had just started learning how to manage her weight. She was a solid 16 when she was at the end of Destiny's Child.
They say she changed her story and claimed that Blue Ivy was not Beyonce's child, but rather a mistress named Kathy White's child who was pregnant by Jay-Z.
Kathy White's life was taken unfairly. She actually died screaming, and the Carters are responsible. But one of them is just a little more responsible than the other. Question is, did Sean Carter delete his mistress, his pregnant mistress, because his wife was jealous? Or could it be possible that maybe his wife's temper is just a little worse than most people think? And maybe he just had to clean it up to protect the brand, see? I mean, I'm just speculating.
Oh, but she wasn't done. Jaguar later appeared in another interview, and this time she went into more details about what happened, including how Beyonce allegedly faked her pregnancy and stole Kathy's unborn baby out of her womb before taking her out. Apparently, Blue Ivy is actually the baby that Kathy was carrying before Jay took her out. Jaguar also slammed Claudia Jordan for staying quiet about all this, even though she knows that.
Man, only thing is missing is like a UFO abduction and you spent the night in hell with Satan and can't like these allegations are all over the place. They saying she then changed the story for the third time. Now come on now, you can't be doing all this, Jaguar. The third time it claims that Blue Ivy is not Jay-Z's daughter at all, but is Ty-Ty's child. Jay-Z's cousin?
That Jay-Z is grooming his own daughter?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be so hard to do. That ain't his baby, allegedly. That's Ty-Ty baby, allegedly.
What?
I mean, it wouldn't be so hard to do. That ain't his baby, allegedly. That's Ty-Ty baby.
Bang,
allegedly.
bang, bang, bang.
It'd be really easy to groom somebody else's kid. Look at Justin. Look at Quincy. These niggas always like playing with other people's kids. Like, sorry, I just lost my light.
Yeah, the lights. That's a sign.
Motion sensor. I guess I was still too long.
So you said that Blue Ivy is not Jay-Z. So can you explain who Ty-Ty might be? Who's that?
Oh, that's his number one goal, his minion. Ty-Ty Smith. Nigga from Philly. His spy.
This is so ugly. This is so ugly. And y'all said, why is it Jay-Z suing her for defamation? It would be so easy. You gotta ask Jay-Z why, but this is enough. If I'm on the jury, I'm like, yeah, that's defamation, bro. Too inconsistent to be truthful.
Just fall into the wayside. It's interesting. Beyonce never showed interest in Lay Twins until I started talking about them and how I wanted to bring them into one of my videos to recreate a whole like global hip hop moment, a real hip hop moment with them and other dancers and it's just wild. Next thing you know, they got hired by Beyonce. And they've been under lock and key ever since. It's just a shame that one of them was spending too much time with Blue Ivy. You know, in France, it's quite normal for older men to sleep with and deflower young girls to get them prepared for the birthing process. Different customs in different parts of the world. Here in America, it's supposed to be totally unacceptable, but in a lot of countries, the deflowering process is usually handled by someone that's at least 15 years older than the girl, so she will see him as an authority figure and realize this is what she's supposed to do. Funny how quickly, when that story about Blue Ivy being pregnant came out, everyone got quiet. I wonder who she got pregnant by, if she was pregnant. That went away real fast. Just like everything else real that comes up about them. Oh yes, I am. I am God. God lives in me. Don't tell me what I'm not.
Even if these things are true, if you believe them, why are all of y'all on her Instagram live leaving flames on it with her talking about a child being impregnated?
From and to be able to give them Jay-Z Unplugged again, because we will be uploading Jay-Z Unplugged to the new Philadelphia Broadcasting Network in the next 10 days. I think part of the reason why they went so hard after the network the first time was just because I put that up.
Yeah.
And guess what? I'm gonna put it up again. Because I can. Because that's just as much my legacy as it is yours, Sean. Especially at this point. And I want the world to see it. And I want everybody to have an opportunity to witness what you tried to slump because you couldn't get me to say yes.
You were supposed to disappear, Jay. You were supposed to disappear.
You tried. When I think about that night at 4040, and he told me he was going to make sure that the world never knew about me. He was going to make sure I disappeared. And I looked at him and I said, I don't know, Sean. It's a big world. We'll see.
So what do you think your talent is?
Yeah. It would definitely. I'm not gonna say what happened and what didn't happen, and what Jay-Z told her, and what he didn't tell her. Right? I wasn't there, but with this, with what I'm saying, it's definitely seems inconsistent. Like I said, you just want to work. It seems like you wanted to work with him. You wanted to do Unplugged. For whatever reason, he didn't do it. He didn't do the anniversary of it. You feel like that was your moment, and you helped build Jay-Z, right? Because of Unplugged, which was dope. But I definitely don't agree with that you made Jay-Z. This is great. So yeah, in closing, nah. If you still believe Jaguar, that's up to you, but it's too inconsistent. Just too inconsistent.